What's going on, guys? We have our OFan Day banner up because we are talking about some brand new products in this video for our OFan Day 2021 sale. And that is the brand new 4200 lumen Seeker 3 Pro and the awesome redesigned Seeker 3. We're going to talk about the advantages of these compared to the previous models and the amazing deals that you guys can get starting this Thursday, September 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
But before we cover all of the great upgrades to the Seeker lineup, let's go ahead and do an awesome giveaway. Now, the way that this one is going to work is we're going to have one winner, and you're going to be able to pick whether you want a Seeker 3 or a Seeker 3 Pro, and you get to pick your color. So all you guys need to do to enter for that is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave us a comment below on what colors you would love to see in the Seeker lineup next.
Now, with that said, let's talk about how awesome these lights really are and how you can get an amazing deal starting this Thursday night. Now, the Seeker lineup has been incredibly popular because honestly, it's just the perfect flashlight. It's super ergonomic, the size is great, the performance is amazing, the run times are great, it's magnetic rechargeable, and it's just the ideal everyday use flashlight for walking the dog, power outages, camping, really anything. Now, with that said, let's start by talking about the Seeker 3. Now, the crazy part about the Seeker 3 is that it actually has more lumens than the Seeker 2 Pro. So the Seeker 3 is better than the previous Pro version, which is awesome. It's got 3,500 lumens compared to the Seeker 2 Pro's 3,200 lumens, so big upgrade there. Now, when we compare it to the Seeker 2, that has 3,000 lumens, so you got 500 more lumens than the Seeker 2. You've got this really awesome design, which we think looks like bamboo. You've got these much larger heat sinks, more aggressive front bezel. It's just an awesome looking upgrade, not only to performance, but also the appearance. So with that said, let's take a closer look at the Seeker 3 and how it compares to the previous Seeker 2. Now, I know we talked about the lumen difference between the Seeker 2 and Seeker 3, but I wanted to show you the actual physical differences between the two. Now, the first thing you're probably going to notice on the camera is how defined these finger grooves are here on the body of the Seeker 3 compared to the much smaller ones here on the Seeker 2. I think it has a lot more style to it, and it definitely has that bamboo style look that we've been talking about. Now, in terms of the head itself, the heat sinks are much better. So the cool thing about the heat sinks here is not only is there actually more spacing in between each fin, so you're getting a larger surface area there to dissipate the heat, but also the actual lines here are fully rounded and crowned to where it's not rough on the hands and there's no sharp edges. So these are definitely refined heat sinks right here, not only in functionality because they're simply just larger, but also it's really nice to see that they're fully rounded off, and that is a big upgrade here from the smaller, sharper ones here on the Seeker 2. And that goes with the Seeker 3 Pro as well. It has these much better refined heat sinks. The next thing I'll mention here is the actual finish on these lights. So you can probably tell that it's much more of a grainy, kind of chalky matte finish on the Seeker 2. The Seeker 3, it's not polished, but it's almost like a semi-gloss finish. So you're still getting some nice grip on there. It's not slippery, but it's not as chalky feeling is honestly the right word here for the Seeker 2. So I think it's a little bit better feel in hand. Some people really like this kind of chalky feel. In terms of that, I kind of prefer the little bit semi-gloss there on the Seeker 3, but in terms of that, I think it's just personal preference. They're both nice finishes. In terms of the tail caps, they are actually exactly the same. I don't really see any differences there other than, again, the finish of each flashlight. And then in terms of the lines here on the back behind the switch, they're exactly the same as well. One thing I'll definitely mention here is that the actual bezel is completely different, not only on the Seeker 3, but the Seeker 3 Pro. It is much larger, and the actual teeth are a lot more aggressive on the Seeker 3, Seeker 3 Pro than the Seeker 2, Seeker 2 Pro. So you're getting a lot more aggressive bezel. I definitely like that a lot. And then also with that upgraded performance, and hopefully I can show you here on the camera, you're actually getting 4 LEDs compared to the 3 LEDs, and that's how you're getting substantially more lumens with the Seeker 3, Seeker 3 Pro than the previous versions. But considering that they still have very small cups for each LED, it's the same size reflectors, so you're not actually getting a difference in beam distance. So you're still getting 220 meters and that 12,100 candela on both of these. But in terms of the actual flood, you're getting a brighter flashlight with the Seeker 3. So something to keep in mind there. But there is just your brief, just quick differences between the Seeker 2 and Seeker 3.
Now, as you can see, the cosmetic aspect of the Seeker 3 has improved drastically, but the performance is still there as well. That 5 lumen moonlight mode is going to run for 12 days, and you're still going to get 9 hours out of the 300 lumen setting and that impressive 220 meter beam distance.
There we are. Let's go ahead and ramp up an output. So low, medium, high. Double tap for turbo, and there is your turbo with the 3500 lumens with the Seeker 3. You can see just how incredibly bright that is. Really nice looking beam here. The trees themselves are extremely defined. I can see pretty much every needle on this tree, and then the tree behind it, I can see every leaf perfectly. So I've got really nice clarity with these 4 LEDs. Now let's go ahead, jump over to the Seeker 2. So this is the previous version. I'm gonna ramp up here, double tap, and I mean, it still looks nice, guys, but I would say it's not as clear. I can't see the needles on the tree or the leaves on the tree behind it as well. I see a little bit more clarity, not only with the Seeker 3, but the Seeker 3 Pro, which we'll show you later out here. But I'm getting a little bit brighter light for sure. Higher intensity right here in the center of the screen on that little gap right there between the front trees and then that back tree. Now let's jump back over to the Seeker 3. Boom. Yeah, that's brighter, guys, and I'm getting more clarity. I can actually see the definition in the trees better. So clearer look, and it's definitely brighter as well. On top of it being just a much cooler design with that bamboo style body. And then you're getting that more aggressive bezel. You're getting the 4 LEDs. It is an awesome, sweet little upgrade. And during the sale with the discounted price, I say absolutely nab it. Now the Seeker 3 does have that way cooler looking design and also some upgraded performance. But when you're looking at the Seeker 3 Pro, there's a lot more changed than that. Specifically the UI. So the switch is completely different. This switch is now a rotary style dial where not only can you go ahead and hold the switch down to be able to go to low, medium, high, double tap for turbo, but also you can actually rotate to go through a never-ending lumen differential going from the top to the bottom. So you can actually pick your own lumen setting as you rotate the switch. So it's an infinite lumen settings from top to bottom if you don't want to use the preset low, medium, high, or turbo. That's super cool. That drastically increases the functionality of this light because you can pick your own lumen level. That's crazy, guys. But if you don't feel like doing that, you can just use it like the regular Olight UI like the Seeker 3. Now let's do a physical comparison between the Seeker 2 Pro and the Seeker 3 Pro. Now on the Seeker 2 Pro, it has just a standard rubber switch right there that you basically just press to turn it on and off. It still does have the lumen level and the battery level indicators that are going around the switch, so that is a cool feature compared to the Seeker 2 and Seeker 3, which do not have that. But on top of that, with the Seeker 3 Pro, we not only have those indicators around the switch, but we also actually have a rotary dial right here that will actually give you infinite lumen levels as you rotate up. So first thing you need to do in order to actually use the flashlight is, this thing's 4200 lumens, guys, so I like the fact that it has a self lock. So in order to start using it, you want to go ahead and rotate it, then you'll be able to turn it on, and that way it's unlocked and you can press it on and off. Now it does still have the same functionality as a normal Olight flashlight, meaning you can hold the switch down and it will still go through low, medium, and high automatically, and you can still double tap to get to turbo. But the cool thing about this is that you can actually reach infinite levels of brightness in between those defined levels by rotating the switch just like this. Look how cool that is, guys. So I can rotate down and it's just gradually becoming whatever lumen level that I want. So instead of only low, medium, high, turbo, you're also getting literally any lumen level that you want as you rotate up and down. Or if you don't really feel like doing that, you can still just hold it down and then get to one of those defined levels. But it's cool that you've got the regular Olight UI with the defined low, medium, high, turbo, and then you can rotate to any level that you want. It really is fantastic. And you still have the battery level and the lumen level indicators going around the switch itself. It's got a nice positive snap when you press it down, and it's just a wonderful, really cool looking switch. Let me go ahead and show it to you here as well on the tan version. So it's going to be black on this one, and then on the orange one it's going to be black as well. So it's just blue on the black version. That's similar to the blue accents here on the black version of the Seeker 2 Pro. Now right here I've got some tree tops that are about 30 feet in front of me, and I have the camera angled up so you can see the top of these trees with our flashlight comparison. So right now I'm going to go ahead and shine the Seeker 3 Pro at the top of these trees, and you're about to see how insanely powerful the 4200 lumens is. So I'm just going to unlock it here. Let's go ahead and start ramping up. Ramping up, ramping up. And look at that, guys. Look at these trees. That is absolutely incredible. This 4200 lumens out of the Seeker 3 Pro. The fact that this is just a handheld light is just absolutely incredible. And to be honest with you, I'm holding the head right now and it's not really getting too hot, which is also really impressive. I think we made a lot of improvements with those better looking heat sinks. So I mean, guys, just look at that. It's truly wonderful. And I'm just going to go ahead and just slowly ramp down the output. There we go. You can see there, isn't that cool? How I can just ramp up and down with the output. There's no select modes that I actually have to choose. I can just go up and down freely as I want. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Seeker 2 Pro on the same trees. So I'm going to shine it up there. I'm going to blast this up. And I know it's really hard to tell on camera, guys, the main differences here. I can definitely tell the intensity and the candela right there in the center is much stronger with the Seeker 3 Pro in person. It's going to be hard to pick up this many lumens with, you know, just a camera because this many lumens is kind of blowing out the lens, so the camera is kind of freaking out a little bit. But here is the 3200 lumens with the Seeker 2 Pro. And the thing about the Seeker 2 Pro is you don't have that dial. So all that you can do is just ramp up and then you got that low, medium, high, double tap for turbo, and that's all you can do with this flashlight. You can't ramp up and gradually go up and down through the lumens like what I was just showing you with the Seeker 3 Pro. So on top of it being just much brighter there in the center, definitely here in person, it's really cool how you can just pick your own lumen level. I think that's a huge advantage of the Seeker 3 Pro, and just makes the light that much more versatile, especially depending on, you know, what you are doing at night and what you're using the flashlight for in a given scenario. Now, the fact that it goes up to that 4200 lumens means that it can get hot. So because of that, we actually put a proximity sensor in the Seeker 3 Pro, meaning that if an object gets close to the front lens when it's on either high mode or turbo mode, it's actually going to dim down. Let me go ahead and show you here real quick. So I'm just going to turn it on, and as you can see right there, it just went down in output. Let me get my hand out of the way. I'll even go to turbo, and then right there, boom, it goes down in output. Now that keeps objects safe. Maybe it accidentally turns on in a bag or the car or wherever. That makes sure that whatever objects are near it don't get too hot. It's a great safety feature for a light that's 4200 lumens. Hopefully this video at least gave you an idea of the key differences between the Seeker 3, Seeker 3 Pro, and the previous versions of these lights. There's some awesome upgrades, guys, not only aesthetically, but also in terms of the UI and the performance and many other things. These are awesome, guys, and with deals up to 45% off during the OFan Day sale, which starts this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, it's absolutely a no-brainer to at least pick up one of these. It's really cool that we're offering the Seeker 3 Pro in all of these colors, and even a super limited edition midnight blue color with the wolf on the side. But also, I really like the OD green Seeker 3, but we also have the Seeker 3 in the standard black as well. The choice is up to you.
Now, speaking of all these really cool colorways, we are going to give away one of your choice. Now again, you get to pick either a Seeker 3 or a Seeker 3 Pro in any of these colors. Again, all you need to do to enter is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave us a comment below of what colors you want to see the Seeker series in next.
I'm really glad to see that we kept the best parts from the Seeker 2 and the Seeker 2 Pro. Added performance, added some really nice features that I think are a big upgrade, and now we have them at a huge discount for our OFan Day. Click the link in the description of this video to check out the sale. Make sure that you get to the sale Thursday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to grab these before they sell out. Thanks so much for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one.